There's something fascinating about people who work in silence. They don't seek attention. They don't constantly broadcast their every move. And yet when they finally reveal what they've been working on, the world stops and listens. Why? Because true progress doesn't need an audience. It needs discipline. The biggest mistake we make is measuring our success against others. We scroll through social media watching highlight reels and suddenly feel like we're behind. But success isn't a race, it's a personal journey. The only person you should compete with is the version of yourself from yesterday. The people who truly achieve great things are the ones who are relentless in their effort, but quiet in their execution. They don't waste time seeking validation. They don't get distracted by what others are doing. They understand that mastery is built through quiet, focused work. Think about an athlete training before the big game. They don't post about every practice session. They don't announce every early morning workout. But when they step onto the field, their performance speaks louder than any words ever could. The success isn't about making noise, it's about making an impact. If you want real results, commit to the process. Show up every day, not for applause, but because you believe in the work you're doing. Trust that when the time is right, the world will take notice. And when that happens, it won't be because you told them you won't have to. Your work will speak for itself. So focus on yourself. Work hard in silence, and let your success be the only announcement you need. There's something powerful about people who focus on their own journey. They don't get caught up in the noise. They don't feel the need to broadcast their every move. And yet, when they finally reveal what they've been working on, it captures everyone's attention. That's the beauty of focusing on yourself and working hard in silence while everyone else is busy talking. You're busy building. Too often, we find ourselves trapped in the habit of comparison. We measure our progress against the achievements of others, constantly checking where we stand in relation to them. Social media only amplifies this tendency. We see people posting about their promotions, new businesses, and personal milestones, and suddenly we feel like we're falling behind. But the truth is, their journey has nothing to do with yours. Their success does not take away from your potential. The only person you should compare yourself to is who you were yesterday. If you've improved even by 1%, that's progress. The problem with seeking validation is that it becomes a distraction. Every moment spent trying to prove yourself to others is a moment not spent improving yourself. The most successful people understand that real work happens behind the scenes, in moments of quiet effort. They don't waste time announcing their plans or explaining their every move. They simply show up day after day, putting in the work with discipline and focus. And when the time is right, the results speak for themselves. Consider the most accomplished athletes, artists, and innovators. Before their success is celebrated, there are years, sometimes decades, of unseen effort. The early mornings, the late nights, the failures no one talks about. What separates them from the rest is their ability to stay committed to the process without seeking constant reassurance. They trust that the work they put in today will shape the results they see tomorrow. Working in silence is not about secrecy, it's about strength. It's about understanding that the process matters more than perception. When you stop seeking approval, you gain clarity. You stop worrying about how you appear to others and start focusing on what truly matters, your own growth. And here's the irony. When you stay silent and put in the work, people notice. When you stop seeking attention and start focusing on execution, success naturally follows. Instead of telling the world what you're going to do, you show them what you've done. Instead of proving your worth through words, you let your results do the talking. So the next time you feel the urge to prove yourself, pause, ask yourself, are you doing this for validation or are you doing it for progress? Because if you truly want to succeed, the path is clear. Focus on yourself, put in the work, and let your actions speak louder than words. The world doesn't need more noise. It needs more people who are willing to do the work, regardless of whether anyone is watching. And when they finally see what you've built, they won't ask how you did it. They'll wonder how they missed it all along. Discipline is what separates those who dream from those who achieve. It's not about talent, luck, or natural ability. It's about the quiet, consistent effort that happens when no one is watching. The problem is too many people want results without the process. They want the reward without the sacrifice. They get excited about a goal, but when the excitement fades, so does their commitment. The ones who truly succeed are those who understand that discipline is not a feeling, it's a decision. A decision to show up even when they don't feel like it. A decision to put in the effort even when no one is clapping. We live in a world where instant gratification is the norm. People want quick fixes, fast success, and immediate validation. But real progress doesn't work that way. It requires patience. It requires doing the hard things repeatedly without expecting immediate results. Think about the strongest structures in the world. They weren't built overnight. They were built brick by brick with precision, care, and an unwavering commitment to the foundation. Your success is no different. If you want something meaningful, you have to be willing to lay the foundation, even when it feels like no progress is being made. And here's the challenge. Discipline isn't glamorous. It's not the highlight reel that gets attention. It's waking up early to put in the extra hours. It's saying no to distractions. It's making sacrifices that others aren't willing to make. It's about staying true to the work even when motivation disappears. Because motivation is temporary, but discipline is what keeps you moving forward when motivation fades. When you focus on your work with discipline, you develop a resilience that others don't have. You stop relying on external validation because you've built a foundation of self-trust. You know that every effort you put in is shaping your future, even if no one sees it yet. And the most incredible thing about discipline is that it compounds over time. What starts as small, consistent effort turns into something unstoppable. Success is not about who can make the most noise. It's about who can stay consistent when no one is watching. When you train yourself to show up and do the work without seeking attention, you become unstoppable. You stop worrying about what others think. You stop comparing yourself to those who take shortcuts. You stay focused on your journey, knowing that every disciplined action is leading you closer to the results you want. So if you're serious about growth, commit to discipline, not just when it's easy, not just when it's exciting, but every single day. Show up for yourself, put in the effort, trust the process, and when the time is right, the results will speak louder than anything you could ever say. Because in the end, it's not about who starts the loudest, it's about who finishes the strongest. Consistency is the foundation of every great achievement. It's easy to be motivated for a day, a week, or even a month, but real success belongs to those who show up every single day regardless of how they feel. The reason so many people fall short of their potential is not because they lack talent or intelligence, but because they lack consistency. They start with excitement, but when progress feels slow, they lose momentum. They get discouraged, distracted, or impatient, and they quit before they see results. But the ones who keep going, who commit to the process without expecting instant rewards, those are the ones who ultimately succeed. The reality is that success is built on the small things. It's not one massive action that changes everything. It's the daily habits, the small, deliberate choices that compound over time. A single workout won't make you fit, but showing up every day will. Writing for one day won't make you an author, but writing consistently will. Practicing once won't make you an expert, but repetition will. The challenge is that most people don't want to embrace the process. They want shortcuts, they want hacks, and they want results now. But true mastery requires patience, effort, and most importantly, consistency. One of the biggest mistakes people make is waiting for the right moment to take action. They wait to feel motivated, they wait for perfect conditions, they wait until they feel ready. But the truth is, success doesn't come to those who wait. It comes to those who start, even when they don't feel like it. If you rely on motivation, you will always struggle. Motivation is fleeting, it comes and goes, but when you build consistency, you no longer need motivation. You train yourself to show up no matter what. The most successful people understand that small actions repeated over time lead to massive results. They don't focus on making huge leaps. They focus on making small, daily progress. They understand that consistency is more important than intensity. Showing up every day, even in small ways, is far more powerful than giving a massive effort once in a while, because consistency creates habits, and habits create results. What's even more powerful about consistency is that it builds confidence. When you prove to yourself that you can show up every day, you start to trust yourself. You develop self-discipline. You stop doubting whether you're capable because your actions prove that you are. And when you trust yourself, you become unstoppable. So instead of focusing on the end result, focus on the process. Focus on showing up every day and doing the work, even when it's hard, even when no one is watching, even when you don't feel like it. Because if you can stay consistent when no one is watching, when no one is cheering for you, when there's no immediate reward, then when the time is right, your results will be undeniable. And the best part, you won't have to say a word. Your success will speak for itself. Silence is a powerful tool that most people underestimate. In a world where everyone is constantly talking, posting, and seeking attention, silence sets you apart. It allows you to focus, to think deeply, and to create without distractions. The loudest people are not always the most successful. The most successful are often the ones working quietly behind the scenes. They don't feel the need to announce every step they take. Instead, they channel their energy into the work itself, knowing that when the time is right, the results will do all the talking. The problem with constantly seeking attention is that it drains valuable energy. Every moment spent trying to prove yourself to others is a moment not spent improving yourself. When you focus on broadcasting your progress instead of making actual progress, you lose momentum. You become more concerned with perception than with reality. But the truth is, the world doesn't reward noise, it rewards results. It doesn't matter how many people know about your goals if you're not putting in the work to achieve them. Some of the most successful people in the world operate in silence. They don't waste time trying to impress others with words. They impress with their actions. They work diligently, behind the scenes, with no need for external validation. They understand that success is not about proving yourself to others. It's about proving yourself to yourself. When you remove the need for approval, you gain an incredible sense of freedom. You stop worrying about what others think and start focusing entirely on what truly matters, the work itself. Silence also gives you an edge. When you keep your plans and progress to yourself, you eliminate unnecessary pressure. You don't have to worry about expectations or outside opinions. You don't have to deal with distractions or negativity. You can move at your own pace, making adjustments as needed without interference. This allows for greater focus, deeper thinking, and ultimately better results. Another advantage of working in silence is the element of surprise. When you quietly build something great, people take notice, not because you told them to, but because your work demands their attention. The best way to earn respect is not by talking about what you're going to do, but by letting your success make the statement for you. There is something incredibly powerful about revealing your achievements when no one saw them coming. It's not about hiding. It's about allowing your work to speak louder than anything you could ever say. So resist the urge to announce everything. Resist the need for approval. Instead, channel that energy into becoming better, stronger, and more skilled. Focus on the process, not on the perception. Master your craft in silence, and when the time comes, your results will speak so loudly that you won't have to. Because in the end, it's not the noise that makes an impact, it's the work that does. And when you focus on the work, success becomes inevitable. Success is not something you chase. It's something you attract by becoming the kind of person who deserves it. When you focus on your work rather than trying to prove yourself, the results will eventually speak for you. The problem is, most people are too focused on making an impression rather than making progress. They want to be seen, acknowledged, and validated before they've actually done anything significant. But the truth is, respect is not demanded, it's earned. And the best way to earn it is through action, not words. There is a reason why the most respected individuals are often the quietest about their work. They don't need to convince anyone of their worth because their results already do that for them. Instead of wasting time explaining what they're going to achieve, they put their heads down and get to work. And when they finally reveal what they've been building, people don't just listen, they pay attention. Because success, when achieved through discipline and consistency, is undeniable. The world is full of people who talk about their goals but never follow through. They make bold claims, set ambitious targets, and then fade away when the effort becomes too much. The ones who truly succeed are those who don't get caught up in appearances. They don't waste time trying to impress others. They focus entirely on becoming better every single day. They understand that the best way to prove yourself is not by announcing your intentions, but by quietly working until there is no doubt left. The best way to build credibility is through undeniable results. People may doubt your words, but they can't ignore your achievements. When you let your work do the talking, you eliminate all debate. No one can question the discipline, effort, and resilience it took to get where you are. And the best part, you won't have to explain yourself. Your results will say everything that needs to be said. So resist the temptation to announce every step of your journey. Focus on improving rather than impressing. Let your actions be louder than your words, because at the end of the day, success is not about who speaks the loudest. It's about who delivers the most. And when you truly commit to the process, when you focus on growth rather than validation, your success will be so undeniable that no explanation will ever be needed. The world will see it for itself.